what's happening in the current economic environment and the way things are generally going fiscally, socially and everything else, it's vital that if we're to get young people decent transport in rural areas, we have to provide proper alternatives. Powered two-wheelers, motorcycles are one of those, particularly in some of the more remote areas where public transport is difficult and walking and cycling is extremely difficult, if not impossible. Parents and users think the scheme is absolutely fantastic. In the early days, we did elected members were concerned that we were putting first-time road users on the road, on the Cumbrian roads in the middle of winter. We started in January 2003, and we've really touched marble. We've really never had a serious accident.
We normally have 2.5, 3, 4 people applying for every person we can help. The biggest demand is the sort of 16 to 19, the teenagers basically. But we do find that there's people right up into the 50s and sometimes even 60s who they've often had some sort of crisis in their life, and they're building their life back up again. It provides a stepping stone to a better future, if you like.
The MCI got involved with Wheels to Work probably back in 2002, really to give a bit of advice and support and to discover more about the network. But it wasn't until 2008, when after the Countryside Commission withdrew a lot of its funding, that we realised we had to get much more directly involved. And after that period, and when Steve Kenwood came on board at the association, we then decided to put a more active project into developing and discovering and finding out more about Wheels to Work and lobbying government about its importance.
The moped is usable for 3 years, therefore providing 6 periods.
So where the association can help is to help produce and generate sustainability within the existing programmes, create new ones, but most importantly make sure there's full, proper public support for it through government activity and also work through local authorities.
We've been very grant-funded reliant, and we need to move to a position where we have more sustainability built within the schemes.
There's also an ability obviously to put website addresses on there.
The difference that the association can make is, in the past we've sort of tried and failed really to link up well enough with all the schemes to sort of talk to each other enough to identify problems that might be coming down the line. If somebody's facing a problem, you can be pretty sure it's going to come to you next, soon, and if somebody identifies that and we speak to each other quickly enough, then we can sort of do something about it. We all started off doing our own deals and finding out which bikes were good bikes in terms of reliability, safety, all of that. Talking together for things like that just makes an awful lot of sense.
It should be live today at 1 o'clock.
The association can do the work to bring that together, saving everybody a lot of work. When you're at the actual coal face trying to do it, you don't necessarily have the time to think about everything that you should be thinking about, and the association can really help all the local schemes in that way. And we do need a voice, and we do need a media campaign. I can't do that from Cumbria, but I can do that as part of an association.
We have a lovely quote from a lad called Dave, I think it's on our website actually, and he talks about living in a tiny village which the kids don't like living in the middle of the countryside, they find it very boring. He said he was getting fed up, depressed, he had no money, couldn't get a job. He got on the Wheels to Work scheme, and the last thing he said is, through Wheels to Work I got myself a job, some money and a girlfriend. That's my favourite story, I think, and we can't promise to find people love, but it's nice when it happens.